Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Weiner Wellness Center Virtual Summit. We are back again for another day of education and health savings. And we have a very special guest today, which we will introduce shortly. But first, let me introduce our team. My name is Tracy Straub. I'm the VP of Education and Marketing at Nutritional Frontiers, and I will be your host all week. With me is Jamie Dorley, CEO of Nutritional Frontiers and the Weiner Wellness Center, Joe Messino, the godfather of nutrition, and Facility Director at Weiner Wellness. And with us today is Dr. Phil, our newest team member. Welcome to the team. We're so fortunate and grateful to have you. So, Dr. Phil, let's start with you because I'd like to hear about your background.
Okay. So, I'm a local kid from the South there, went to Peters Township, and I went to undergrad at LaRoche University, studied health science there, and then I went to grad school at University out in St. Louis. So I'm a chiropractor, but I also went for a master's in sports rehabilitation. So I like to do a lot of hands-on stuff, clinical-wise, adjustments, but I adjust the soft tissue pretty heavily as well. So a lot of ART, active release technique, fascial stretch therapy, use different modalities, cupping, grasping.
Explain the active release.
Okay, so active release is trying to increase muscle elasticity. So for example, you shorten down a muscle, pin it down, stretch it back out, and that muscle will actually kind of elongate, just more range of motion, stuff like that.
All right, good.
Yeah. So
is there any particular, all muscles of the body you do that on? Is it more legs and arms?
Yeah, so it's extremities you could do for the spine as well.
Okay.
TMJ, that works pretty well on as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Excellent.
Yep. And the big misconception, I think with chiropractors is, they're just that's about it. But I love doing a ton of soft tissue. You can soft tissue surrounding musculature. It's not really going to hold.
See, that's why you fit in some Dr. Orbach's approach to making sure that the soft tissue, the muscle, and the nerves are being addressed as much as the ligaments and the joints. So
absolutely
perfect. So you got a full day.
So starting off I think at 9 a.m. And just rolling today.
Good.
So very, very excited.
Wow.
Excited, eager, and ready to get after
His third day here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to working with him. He did treatment on me the last couple days, so I love the active release technique. And this goes all the way back to Dr. Weiner, because his original clinic was called Pain Release Clinic, and his big thing was if you don't release those muscles with trigger point, myofascial release, stretching, if you don't do those types of things, the adjustment will never hold. And that's why a lot of your colleagues will recommend people come 3 times a week for a year. I remember people would always ask Doc, well, how many times? And he would say in that voice of his, Joe, so politely, I have no idea. You may need 1 visit, you may need 10 visits. Like, who knows, right? But for me, I don't have any injuries currently. But Phil, and you can be as transparent as possible, but you found quite a bit of tight muscles on my body, correct?
Absolutely. Yeah. And everybody has them. Just with our society now, everybody's sitting all the time. Psoas gets extremely tight, everything, hip flexor. So you got to yin with the yang. You got to stretch those out for sure. So.
All right, I did notice a difference just from being adjusted, Tracy, on Monday.
Next in line.
Yeah, just from getting the adjustment on Monday and getting that stretching, and I could tell the difference already in the last 2 days at the gym. There's a big difference. Much more flexibility.
It works
I was doing some abs today. Yeah, I didn't have the tightness in my hips. So it really helped a lot just in one adjustment.
And it works on everybody. So at the previous clinic I was working at, my youngest patient was 3 years old, and my oldest patient was 100 years old. And I actually just golfed with him 2 weeks ago. Still swinging a golf club at 100. So, and he actually doesn't take any medications, all supplements.
That means it's not too late for me.
Not too late for you to start. Yeah,
start golfing. Wouldn't that be something?
So, it's not all pertained to athletes. It could be anybody. So anybody could benefit from it. So it helps the treatment a lot. So I like.
He was even the doctor of my 2 daughters, and they love work with him. And they're not people that are easy to please, of course, right? And they love his treatment, and they're real excited that he's here. In fact, Lizzie already came in for an adjustment, Joe, this week. So she beat you to the punch.
Joe, I don't know if you can
I
take up
know.
golf. You can't wear a suit out there.
But he did the 5K.
Who
Tracy,
says?
before, though, remember? My
says I
cousin Vinny.
My cousin Ray. He's like, now let me ask you, do you really think the
I wore
deer
one at the
cares what
fair.
kind of pants you're wearing?
What are you
Phil's
wearing?
probably too young for that.
Well,
All
I
right,
love
Phil,
the
one of the
fact
rules
that-
we have here at the Wine and Wellness Center is you have to spontaneously quote random movies and music lyrics. That's how you got to fit in. So you'll have to
all good
brush
with
up
that.
on your
All
movies
good with that.
before 1995. So today, guys, any recaps? Any recaps from this week on any of the lectures that you caught? Comments?
Actually, I caught part of Chancey Terry's presentation yesterday on Saturday. Interesting because I've actually been listening to a lot of the solfeggio frequencies for some time. Music, it's not really music that you can use low noise for sleep. It helps regenerate the body. It's all about frequency, and everything we do here is about frequency and vibration. So that was real interesting, and I enjoyed Todd's presentation too on the hydrogen water. So I thought that was very thorough. But every day you got something new and different coming in.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was Chancey is she's been friends with me for a while, and I just always watch her posts and see what she's doing, and she's very thorough, I thought. And she had a lot of interaction with the audience, which was really nice, and that's what she likes because she's very much a talker. She's like, "Hey y'all," and she's very sweet and friendly, but she's really good at what she does. And she's a licensed massage therapist as well. So she does a whole, different approach to the body because she utilizes, hands-on and frequency and nutrition. So she has a really nice trifecta there. And I like Dr. Todd Bourne as well. He was, I didn't know that much about hydrogen, and all the studies that he presented, and the one on Parkinson's was fascinating with the mouse. So just from utilizing hydrogen water. So a lot of good information yesterday. Jamie, any highlights? Did you have time to watch anything?
I did not watch a whole lot, but I did catch, is it Chancey? Yeah, Chancey Terry. Yeah, I just her energy alone. I stopped when I was running through the clinic, and I just stopped and said, Joe, look at her. I mean, you could just tell she's got the passion for doing this. And sound therapy is something we've talked about. I've always relied on music. And then, we've done the drum circle. And this morning I took a few minutes just to listen to birds chirping. So, however, I think that works for you. I love it. It's another therapy that I'm going to incorporate more in, and not just the Motley Crue, Tracy, but, trying to spread my horizons with some of the other musical tastes out there.
I don't know if we need to go far beyond that, but what else? Well, let's take a look at the bracket today, because honestly, we have a great lineup coming up.
Can I brag about the first speaker, Dr. Len Bransowitz? I'm so glad he's coming back on. A couple people asked me about Len this week that come into the Wellness Center still. And Dr. Len's a traditional trained pharmacist, graduated from Duquesne in 1976. That's before, of course, Phil and Tracy were born. I was a little toddler, and Joe was a baby back then.
No, he only beat me by a year.
Oh, okay. 1976, he graduated from Duquesne School of Pharmacy. And over the years, he didn't just stop. He was a conventional pharmacist, and he learned more and more about natural therapies. And throughout all those years, he learned so much and evolved so much that he's got a very unique combination of pharmacy, natural medicine, and clinical application. So, Dr. Phil, if you get a chance to check out Len, fantastic. And, I've been working with Len since 2000. And some of the really nice things that we did together was GI health. He was one of the first docs to bring on the GI Complete. I know he loves Candikill. And the way he shows them and compares them to what the medicine that people are currently taking and what's doing to them is fantastic. So Len's going to talk about Candida, and as he would say, bringing common sense to the Candida issue.
Yeah, absolutely. He's also a great person and resource if you're on a lot of different medications and want to watch interaction of different things. He always has such good research on what to use instead. And then we have Mark Mangieri coming from Hemp Synergistics. Oh man, he is so excited. He sent me an email with 40 some different questions, and I was like, it's only an hour, Mark. But he's really excited to come in here and present. And we carry some of his products at the Weiner Wellness Center, don't we, Joe?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, the most popular ones are the CBD cookies and the CBD brownies. We got them up at the front counter now too, so when people check out, they're getting them, and they're a big hit. They're 25 milligrams of CBD in each brownie or cookie, so. Well, when I booked Mark for this, right, I had to talk to him about it because he was like, hey, what is this? I got on the phone with him and I was like, all right, just be truthful with me, Mark. It's like, what's in those brownies? Because that was the hardest drive home of my life that day. And he's like, they're very effective. I was like, I was like, man, I had to stop and get coffee. And I never have to do that. But I was like relaxed.
Joe, she stopped at Cherry Tenpenny's house for a cup of coffee.
Yeah, a little out of the way. Yeah.
I was like, why am I in Ohio?
One quick comment on Mark. Mark is a graduate of Penn State University. Tracy's another alumni of Penn State. And Mark and me and Mike Gallagher all worked together in the 90s. And Mark was one of the chief product developers and formulators for about half the products you see on bodybuilding.com. He owned BioRhythm, which was a really unique sports nutrition company. Took that company over 10 million in sales. And now he's working in the hemp industry. So that's another good lesson to always keep all relationships moving forward. Because I worked with Mark in the 90s, and here we are working in whatever it is, 2021. So great guy. He's able to combine the knowledge and the application in the sports nutrition field. So I'm excited to see him too. It's going to be a great day.
Yeah, he has a lot of myth busting he's going to be doing on his lecture. And then we have Jeff Nisnik coming up, applied kinesiologist from the Weiner Wellness Center. He's going to be talking about Lyme and other chronic illnesses and natural solutions. Jeff always does such a nice job. I watched his presentation yesterday, and the best thing I loved about it yesterday was he took his time, right? And he went through each slide, and he just was, very relaxed. And I really think the studio atmosphere just brought a different element for everybody to be able to present better. So we're really grateful to Phil, not Dr. Phil, but our other Phil. But we're grateful to you too, Dr. Phil.
We got Philly Phil and Dr. Phil.
That's right. That for his help, and Jeff that helped put together the studio. So tune in today for that because it's going to be a great one. And
Jeff
then
played
Joe,
a big part here. He did. In this studio. He was the workforce behind it. Phil was the design, and Jeff was the work.
Jeff's the architect.
He's the architect.
I always wanted to be an architect. Jeff actually is. Yeah, I'm getting texts. Dr. Phil, are you accepting walk-ins this week? I don't know what your schedule's like.
Yeah, we'll definitely make it happen. Looking at it now, there's a couple opportunities for this morning and afternoon. I think Friday I filled up, but we could always make it work. Absolutely.
Oh, great.
Yeah, taking walk-ins this week. So looking forward to get after it. Excited to bring some new energy here and ready to get the ball rolling.
Well, we know you have a full day, Dr. Phil, so if you have to go get ready, we will let you go.
I'm going to go start shooting. So, thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you for being here.
Phil, appreciate it.
All right, guys.
See you later.
See ya.
So next up is the roundtable discussion with Jamie, myself, and Joe Messina. And we're going to talk about these jabs and, who's liable, all the things that are coming down with the mandates, getting into a little bit of a legalities discussion. And, we're not going to claim to have any of the answers, but we need to talk about it as a society. And, just really know what are some of our rights? What are some of the concerns that are being discussed out there? Just have an open conversation about it. So if you have questions about that, you can join us at noon. We will be discussing all your questions as you post them. And then saving the best for last today, Dr. Joseph Honickman, don't stress out, how to manage stress and have it work in your favor. His first lecture was about stress, and he broke down, all the biochemical pathways of what it does in your body and how it creates disease. So today I'm interested to see how he's going to turn it for our favor.
Yeah, he's one of the best at that, and he handles a lot of people with blood pressure issues and heart issues and diabetes and everything. So he knows it from a chemical standpoint, but he also knows it from a clinical application standpoint. So that's going to be good.
Now, what does he call nature bathing? Like going out in nature?
Nature bathing?
Oh, yeah, he always texts me.
It's actually a Japanese word because they have a word for it where you go out in nature and you do like a nature bath. And he always says that he practices it. And it's one of the things that he does every day to help manage his own personal stress, because he shared his own story, of all of his family members having some sort of cardiovascular disease, blood pressure issue. And he was like, I needed to really offset that. So lifestyle, diet, nutrition, all the things that he does. And now he's going to teach us how to use stress to work in our favor. So it's going to be a great lineup today.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. And the noon one is definitely, I have a lot of questions myself and, a lot of concerns. There's so many experts out there, right? Mm-hmm. And I feel that this is a divide and conquer type of methodology that's occurring. And I just want people to realize that, they can do what they want, but it doesn't mean they're right or wrong, right? And I think everyone really needs to take care of themselves. And someone was in the other day, I don't care what kind of testing it is or vaccine, right? My thing is always, what do you do now? Okay? If you're not going to do the vaccine, what do you do now? If you're going to do the vaccine, what do you do, right? Because with or without the vaccine, that's your choice, right? You still have to have a strategy for your lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's still a lot of other things you have to do. This is not going to, it could kill you or it could not kill you, could save you, right? Depending on what your thoughts are. But regardless, it's only one thing. We talk about the foundations of health being 7, 8, 10 things. And I'm learning about, sound bathing and nature bathing and all these other things. There's so many things you can do to take care of your health, regardless if you take the vaccine or don't. Mm-hmm. I think that's where people are really jammed up in our country. I'd say, probably 90% of people think that that's either going to kill you or save you, right? But they disregard all the other things that is so important. Even the water thing, Tracy, as simple as that was, I've been chugging these all week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, I don't think I'm drinking enough water. Right.
Are you putting the hydrogen tabs in there?
Not yet, but I'm hoping to get one from Joe Vecino today. So as the facility director, maybe he can get me one of those. But
I'll pull some strings. Yeah.
No, that's a great question.
He probably knows the owner. I don't know. He seems pretty important.
Yeah, that may not be a good thing. So.
Well, I think you're right, Jamie. It's like weight loss, right? They look at one number. They're looking at the number on the scale. They don't know their resting heart rate. They don't know their cholesterol levels. They don't know their blood pressure. They don't know their A1C. They don't know all these other numbers that are indicators that health could be out of alignment. But they're looking at the weight on the scale.
And this is exactly why we do the wellness weeks, because you want to have a wellness experience. I picked up 4 or 5 things this week, and it's only Wednesday, right? So the whole idea of the wellness week is to have a wellness experience and to try and add at least one thing on every time. Right, Joe, I got to commend you, man. That organic food truck out front has been awesome.
It's been great.
It was 2 for Tuesday yesterday, so I'd have one early and one late. So double up the ketchup. I had to eat one and then another one because I felt bad Tracy didn't get one. So
thanks for eating one for me. That's awesome.
But it's been a fun week already. I'm excited for today's events. It is beautiful out in Pittsburgh. And Joe, tell us what we have in store when somebody actually comes into the event.
Well, we've seen a change already. The energy. People are coming in. I mean, we had a lot of people. We had a line to check out yesterday. That's the first time that's happened in who knows, a year and a half. And that was so great to see. And people are here. They're coming in and they're enjoying themselves here, right? They're watching. We had people sitting in the reception area. The chairs were lined up just as if it was a live presentation. And they're watching it on the big screen. So I'm seeing these changes over and over every day. And I think by the time we get to Saturday, everybody's going to be anxious for the next one.
Yeah, it was nice to catch up with some people. had a nice little lunch out front with a couple of longtime clients. And it was nice just to chit chat with them. They realized that their one son was an eye doctor in Ohio that uses some products. So we have Dan Eisenhower going to call on him. Another doctor's down in Maryland. So, just taking a minute or two to, get some fresh air and talk to some people. That's the part I love the most, is seeing everyone come into the Wellness Week. And it's a big part of our business model, of course. But there's so many great parts of it that I don't want to, forget about that. But the people coming, the people working the event, that's the best part of it.
Absolutely. Well, we are open. You can stop in and shop, see the team, ask questions, make an appointment, walk-in appointments with Dr. Phil if he has the space. So if you're going to do that, get in here. Or you can call the Weiner Wellness Center and order your products. And Joe, what do they need to do in order to get free shipping? It's very low minimum.
If you still want to call, and the phones have been ringing too. In fact, Candace is coming in today to help us with the phones because we figured it'd be a busy day. Just call 412-922-9355. $75, easy to do, gets you free shipping. And you can pick it up if you want to. You can do the curbside pickup. You can have it shipped. You can come on in and see us. But any way you want it, you're going to get it.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, thank you for this morning's commentary, for going back through your favorite lectures. And if you missed any of those lectures, they are available and will be available forever on our Facebook page and on the YouTube page as well. So make sure you click like on that Facebook page. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel and get those notifications, because it's important that you stay aware of everything.
And
every
Tracy,
link has a get reminder, so click on that as well. Yes.
And this time they can go to the individual lectures. Like last time, they were kind of grouped together. So if you see one on the schedule you like, just search for it and you'll be able to get just that lecture if you want. So that's
correct.
Awesome.
Yeah, and there's also a get reminder tab on all the upcoming lectures. So if you see something and you want to be like, oh, I want to make sure I see that one. If you just click that get reminder, you will get a notification on your phone that lecture is going live in like 3 minutes or 5 minutes. And it actually gives you a 20-minute bracket. So it starts 20 minutes out and then goes to 5 minutes, then 3 minutes, and then live time. Nice. So it will help you stay connected, right? Because we get busy. And I know I do that too. And I'm like, oh, I want to catch that lecture. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I missed it. So get those reminders, guys. Really important. All right. Any closing remarks for our upcoming Wednesday?
It's a great way to get education. And if you're doing some cardio or some treadmill and you want to listen to something really good to help you pass time, right? So it's an easy way to incorporate some of these lectures into your regular schedule. Some people listen to them driving, or some people, believe it or not, Joe, even listen to them at work. So it's okay as long as you're trying to get better education. But I'm excited for Dr. Len. We got Mark, we got Jeff Niznik, we have the round table, and then we have Dr. H. So what a great lineup today. Super excited. Thanks again, Tracy, putting this all together. It goes seamless, but without her doing this, this wouldn't occur. So thanks so much.
Absolutely. All right, guys, team effort.
Right.
Here we go on another day of education. Thanks for being here this morning. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, though, right? You'll be back.
We'll be back.
I'm going to see you at noon, though. Don't forget, bring your comments. All right, guys. See you later. Thank you.
Bye.